Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan. How are you doing? Thank you for joining the stream on this streaming Saturday. Really appreciate that you came to watch some adequate Magic gameplay and some other fun stuff to do. Do some gameplay, do some challenges. Maybe climb the ladder, play the various events, maybe some one-on-one, talk some strategies, talk some gameplay. How's everyone doing so far? Today I was pretty productive. I cooked. No, wait, I cooked yesterday. I cooked yesterday and I ate it today. Yeah, that's how that went. Yesterday I made a pork loin thing in a white wine sauce. And I also made like a ground beef riced cauliflower thing, Italian seasoning. And I had some of that today, so it was very tasty. But when it was brand new, fresh yesterday, it was the tastiest. No, this is not a cooking stream. There's already other people that do that way better. Shout out to King Omni and his cooking stream. Gotta check it out and get hungry. So, this stream is about magic. Let's get over to the game right over here. What I'm going to do first to start to warm up, to get limber, to stretch. Never play Magic without stretching, kids. I'm going to play some of the ladder. Not the ladder, but just going to play randomly to try to get these 30 blue or red spells. What do I want to do for blue or red spells? I'm going to play this deck that I don't think is very good at all, but it's got some blue cards. I don't think it has enough blue cards in it to efficiently get that. You know what? I should probably just play my mono blue. I can't cancel it. I should play my mono blue deck that is pretty annoying. That will hopefully get me towards the wins faster, but let's do one of these. Okay, so this is like the happy holidays opening hand, because turn 1 Thoughtbound Phantasm, turn 2 Nightveil Sprite, turn 3 Death Informant and such. So, but they have their turn 1. I've been seeing this archetype over and over and over. Turn 1 Vampire have the Dire Moon to do their thing. Double black. Sure, they will attack. Do not care. Next turn, for the moment, I will make it look as if I only have blue cards to worry about. Now, obviously here, that Nightveil Sprite can get killed very, very easily by some murder, but they're gonna go with, is Veto ready to come out here? No, that's not Veto. They're gonna get their Veto any minute now. Pass that. Okay, here's what we need to do. Now, drop the Swamp, drop the Disinfo Campaign, make them discard a card, obviously not their Veto. Perfect. And then I get to do that. It's a little far for my mana at the moment. And yes, that does go back to my hand. That does become a 3/3. That does go back to my hand. And then they're gonna, what are they gonna have? Their murder or their veto? Or are they gonna try to build up a little bit more? Okay, revitalize. They're not quite there yet. I guess they don't have their big important card yet. Attacking with everything. Anta Novaka. That's a thing. Okay, how about... Well, if I had one more black mana, I could have done double amazingness right here. I guess we'll do it like this. So their final card wiped from their hand. That is just a land. Okay, well. What is next for me? Another big one. I'm already down to 8 life somehow. I guess that's how... Okay, so they got that going on, no prob. No blocks on that. Guess the thing to do here is to bring out my unblockable. I'll try to. Nope. She's getting looked at, so that. What do they have? Some sort of murder spell. Yeah, Mortify. Totally topped deck that. Pretty amazing. Well, let's start to get rid of one of these. Then we'll get rid of this next one. Then we'll bring out the... This is probably worthless, but I get to surveil. Ooh, another Etrata. That's good. And then that's suddenly a 5/5 attackable. They're just top decking. What are they going to get amazing? Acceptable. Once they see one of these and my strategy coming together, they will say no more. No more. And that gets big, which will then have unblockability. Gain a little life on that. Oh, come on, they need something. They need something, or will they rage quit? Oops, that's a good one actually. Not worried. Actually, they're going to get something from their graveyard. It will have Summoning Sickness. But I guess what we can do here is unblockable Planeswalker to that. Over here. Send everything, I guess. More lands, I guess. That's a 7/7. They're going to block with their 1/1. That's fine. It did its thing, I suppose. That's needs double blocked, actually. Sir or Madam. Undead Faith. That needs to be double blocked. Etrata is unblockable. And you only have my Night Veil. Okay. There we go, like that. Bring out another one of these, drop one of these, I guess. And it draws me that. Okay, well. That's a good one. Attacking there, I suppose. We'll go for it completely, because then Etrata will exile. Etrata will exile everything that they have on the field. And another one of those. They are thinking, how did it all fall apart like this? I don't know, sometimes it just happens. They have 6 mana. They're gonna murder my 5/5. Sure. Let's bring out, I suppose, some life gain stuff. What will we see for ourselves? Another rider? Not really. And after that, another sprite, I guess. Alright, so now what will they top deck off of that? Hey everyone, how are you doing? Ooh, I just got Soren's whatchamacallums. Well, what I need to do is draw some cards down to 3 life. So draw something there, don't need that. Bring one of those out. Surveil, don't need my locket. Yeah, this is a deck I haven't tuned it in so long, but I took down the opponent. Now they had a lot of bad draws. The opponent had a lot of bad draws, and I had less bad draws, but here we are at this point. Okay, they're gonna revitalize, draw a card. Okay, I think I'll be safe over here. When you deal in the dark realms of dark, the opponent is like, I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it anymore. Your Dimir madness has caused me to rage quit, and sometimes that happens, so don't know what to say about that. But okay, welcome everyone. You're seeing some gameplay over here about I'm just trying to climb the ladder at the moment. How's everyone doing so far? How's everyone doing so far today? Not the ladder, sorry. I'm trying to earn my daily rewards. Oh, I'm up to... I did play 15 on that. Okay, let's play that deck one more time. Again, it needs to be tuned. I'm trying to do like this surveil sort of deck. It's all about surveil, but it's not that great. I don't know, the big idea is just to have Etrata win the game, but who knows when that wants to work. This is a really dumb hand, so of course we've got to keep it. Turn 1, Phantasm. Turn 2, Bug. Turn 3, more Phantasms, I guess. Hey Mark, how are you doing? Good afternoon to yourself. I'm trying to get the daily rewards at the moment, playing a deck that really needs to be tuned. It's a Dimir deck. It's all about surveilling and... yeah, that's it. I really like the surveil mechanic in the last Return to Ravnica. It's not that great of a mechanic. Well, it's a good mechanic, but I just haven't made an amazing deck out of it, and right here I'm just kind of getting weird draws. But once I get Surveil going here, these little creatures will become big creatures, and my opponent apparently is going to try to live their dreams with the brand new shrines. They probably will. Ooh, there's a Gyruda. I've never seen anyone play Shrines plus Gyruda, but okay, I lived someone's dreams over here. Well, what I want to do is bring out this Nightveil Sprite, but I think the problem will be is they're going to exile it right away, so we're going to have to hold back on that. They're going to use my own creature against me, I guess. So that Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest is a little bit of mana acceleration, but they have double shines. Nadir Kraken, not so bad. I can combine all my blockers here, but I guess I can block one. Cycle, draw cards. Yeah, okay, I can live with this, because what I want is that Nightveil Sprite. I'm going to exile my own. Now, does that try to go back to my library or theirs? Return it to its owners. Okay, return it to their owner, so I get it back. There we go. So here's what I wanted. I wanted to have this and not get it exiled. That Sprite, in theory, is supposed to do the good stuff. So I need my removal spells. They've got a lot of good stuff on their side. Like that Kraken's already getting big. Oh, that's 10 damage already. Whoops. Okay, I should probably notice what they have. Anyway, let's try that again. So how are you doing? How is everything happening at the moment for you? I made a really cool dinner yesterday. It was like pork chops in a white wine sauce, and it was the first time I ever made it. It was a lemon thyme white wine sauce. Came out very well. One thing that I didn't do that the recipe said was to broil the pork chop at the end, and I thought that's too much effort to broil, so I did it all besides the broiling part of it. Even got the white wine, and I'm not a big wine fan. Never really liked the flavors. I guess I've had too many sec wines. I would prefer brut, so that is, you know, dry versus sweet. And so I got this white wine. It was a Pinot Grigio, and I don't know if I've ever had it before, but I liked it. I usually don't like most wines. I think they're too dry for my sensibilities. My opponent's gonna keep passing. They're probably gonna counterspell me, so just gonna keep it paused. Things are good. You updated an M21 Chandra deck, turned it into a mean prowess deck. Ooh, that sounds fun. The interesting thing is that is actually the deck that I upgraded. I was upgrading it a little while ago, and my video about it is coming out this Monday. My video is gonna have a yeah, I don't want to play against this person. I don't know what they're up to. So with all just unlimited blue mana, that's not gonna be fun. So I don't care to stick around for them to get their Niv Mizzet. So GG. Anyway, so I'm gonna have my Chandra upgrade video on Monday, but it's gonna have upgrade in a version of Corset 21 only cards, a version of all of standard cards, and then a version of historic. So it's 3 decks for the price of 1. That's the idea for that build coming soon. So sad to get Thought Erasured over here, but they probably have a lot of good stuff. There's that. They got a couple of Ajani's Pridemates. That's the #1 card to remove. That Knight. Then I've got a Heartless Act ready. They did get their green mana. I guess they can return it with their, what do you call it? That is a flash enchantment, which I doubt they'll do, but let's see if they do it. They didn't. Okay. Revival's a good one too, so let's get rid of that. You haven't had time to watch your latest build video, no worries. What was my latest video? Oh yeah, I was doing the Corsa 21 updates. I'm doing it backwards this time. Usually I've gone through Wooburg order. Well, when there's the Planeswalker decks on the regular sets, I just did them by set number. But then the core set ones, each deck is monocolored, right? So I was doing them in Wooburg order. But this time I'm there's nothing for life gain, so that's not a problem. But this time I'm doing them in reverse order, starting with green and going backwards. So last week I did the Garruk deck, and this week is gonna be the Chandra deck on Monday, and so we might get we might even do a preview of it here on the stream for the exclusive people coming to the stream. But it's coming on Monday, the full one. The full video. I just recorded it earlier, and then I was gonna start to edit it, but it's suddenly time for streams, so here we are. Syndicate Guild Mage. Sure. And attacking with one of those. No problem. Okay, so part of the way that this deck wins is we've got Etrata, unblockable. I really liked her when she came out in Guilds of Ravnica, and I made one in real life way back whenever this set came out, and it was basically this surveil deck. It looked like in real life this surveil deck worked better, but in Arena, like, I couldn't ever really get very good traction for it. I think people were too good with every single card in the world. But in real life, with my play group that didn't have every card in the world, it seemed to work fine. Okay, what do we want to do here? Tap a creature. I could have written down the deck list and put it on Discord. Yeah, you can do that as well. I'm always looking for knowledge. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna see if I can get this done. Okay, let's move to attacks and let's see if they tap out. Huh, they didn't tap it out. Okay, I can live with that. Will they triple block? Will they attempt to triple block? I should probably hold on to my Heartless Act until they get Lurrus out, but there's not much great stuff to get out of their graveyard. Yeah, they will triple block. Okay. They will attempt to. They can tap a creature, but that's already past the... Yeah, so that's the classic do something for the fun of... Okay, totally wiped everything out. That's kind of beautiful then. I don't have to have my Etrata shuffle back to my graveyard, so if they bring out the Lurrus, I attack and exile Lurrus. We'll see. It wasn't your cards, you were just building it for a player. It's hard to watch them lose game after game. Do you think they didn't have the full command of what the deck was? That they couldn't get what all the pieces were to pilot it properly? Or do you think it was more complicated than you thought? Okay, so here comes the opponent bringing their... Here comes the opponent bringing their companion to their hand. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what are they going to bring back? Probably the one of those. Cast it. I don't know. I guess if you want to cast it, that'll be your funeral. And I have the Heartless Act, so do it this way. They probably won't block. They are a new player. Won a game after you uploaded it. Well, that's cool. That's the whole purpose of the... This is way too vicious. That's the purpose of the Planeswalker decks, in that they can be a great entry point into Magic. Wilting my artifact? I guess you could do that, but instead I'll crack it. That's a thing I could do. And then their Lurrus. So first we'll let's just end the game here. Sorry, player. Sorry, Pat. Just the cards. The random nature of things wasn't in your favor, I guess. But the road to rewards is paved in matches. So I'm gonna switch it over here to a different deck for a moment. This deck is okay, but we'll look at Chandra's deck in just a moment. I just want to get today's dailies. I'm just gonna play this weird dumb this highly annoying counter spell deck, which actually I should probably put one more card in there. I keep wanting to put it, but I don't think I have any copies of this card. I think it's a rare. This is my deck that's basically all counter spells, literally. Check it out right here. We've got Essence Capture, full set, Negate, full set, Quench, full set, Tail's End, full set, Didn't Say Please, Mystical Dispute, Sinister Sabotage, Thought Collapse. So everything's a counterspell. How do you win? Well, Brineborn Cutthroat, flash it in, of course, and every time you counter the spell, it gets bigger. And Stonecoil Serpent, eventually make a huge creature after I get a ton of mana. Sideboard, I don't think there's anything important in the sideboard, really. Karn's Bastion. So, Repudiate. I love Tail's End, especially I love to Tail's End the person's fetch land. I just love that so much. Fabled Passage. And Repudiate is this is the No You Don't, No You Will Never deck. Repudiate, which is rare. So that's another counter target activated or triggered ability. I believe at the moment on Arena, those are the only two counter activated. I believe those are the only two. Tail's End, which is rare, counters an activated or triggered ability. Repudiate counters a target or activated ability. And I guess Core 21, but that's 6 mana. 6 mana to counter and you can pick 2, so a spell or a triggered ability. And what is Biomancer? Activate to can't reduce mana. That doesn't count. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend rare wild cards on Repudiate, so we'll play it as is. Let's play the No You Don't deck. And I've seen the deck play in a few ways in terms of people sometimes rage quit that if I do have a grip of counter spells, they're like, well, I can't play Magic, and then they quit. And other times people really do hold out, and sometimes if I just slip up, like, oh yeah, I countered the thing, but that was bait because they had a better thing, and then I can't quite recover from that. So we'll see here. Ooh, okay, I get to go first, so let's see how this goes. I got the Cutthroat and I got all the counter spells, so in theory this is a good hand, and I get to go first. So let's see versus Thug Life if we get this going. Okay, only green mana on their side. It's pausing for them. What do they have in green? Is that a giant growth? Single giant growth? I should probably counter that. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just counter whatever else comes. If I get more mana. If I get my 3rd mana, then the Thought Collapse, but I still have got Quench. Garruk's Uprising. That won't do anything at the moment, so we'll let it pass. Okay, need one more land. That'd be nice. My Quench won't help me forever, although I can still cast it and it still give me results from the Brineborns. And blue mana available always is in itself just a deterrent. Garruk's Harbinger. Nope. On that. Double triggers. There's my land. Now we're at 7. It's game over next turn. Scavenging Ooze. Let's counter that and also mill them. And then if they don't rage quit on this, there we go. There's that rage quit. Alright, it's totally vicious, especially when obviously it's a great opening hand. But there we go. We got the 850 plus 525 plus a booster, and there's one more to win, 40 lands. Let's keep playing a little bit more on the low stakes part here to win that, and then we'll play other things. We've got various events to play. We've got decks to talk about. We have the question of the day. Maybe we can look at some art or Comic-Con photos and stuff. Whatever we want. I'm having a little bit of lemonade. That is a completely normal lemonade. For real. I guess what I could do is turn 1 Stone Coil. It'll be a little puny, but if they're a multicolored deck, then that will still do its thing. Zio. Zio or Shio, how do you say their name? Evolving Wilds into black. Okay. So, what are they gonna do? Just mono black, multi black? What are they gonna do? Whispering Snitch, not a big deal. Hey Ashley, how are you doing? Welcome. I'm playing my cruelest deck right here. It's basically 99% counter spells. And my last opponent just rage quit because it's just 99% counter spells. The only non-creatures are Stone Coil Serpent and Brineborn Cutthroat. So the opponent is playing some sort of Dimir. This is what I'm saying right here about, sorry, but I can... Did you know that you can counterspell a fetch land? So... You rage quit against blue all the time. It is a thing that happens. Oh man, okay, well, actually I got one more counterspell for that, so... My opponent is like GG, maybe? Wow. Okay, well, let's, The opponent's looking, what did they counterspell me with? I can't believe it. You're still working on your drawing. Sorry, saying so. What drawing is going on over there? And an original Smash commission? Yeah, we're gonna have to counterspell all of this. Sorry. Did they miss their land drop? Nope, there it is, but it's a tap land. The last counterspell that I have is a Tail's End. They're attacking, their shield's down. Okay, that's 6 damage if you want. And then I got my Sinister Sabotage. Still waiting on Thread to ship. Head of the timeline. Yes, I got 3 mana in total. They're gonna pass. Okay, that's a thing that you could do. Now they could have their own response if I bring out my Cutthroat. Yeah, let's keep it safe here. And let's not get greedy. I was gonna jump in my Brineborn Cutthroat, but then they could have had a kill spell for my Cutthroat. Eben, okay, guess we'll let that through. I'll be able to Tail's End if they pump it up. Yeah, let's see the look on their eyes when this happens. Going to attack with my 5/4. They are then going to activate their Pump Knight to Death Touch me, and then I'm going to Tail's End it, and then they will Rage Quit. There it goes like that, and once again, there is a thing, a very cruel card, that stops activated abilities. So there we go. But now I'm shields down, and they have a Thoughtbound Phantasm, okay. And then they attack, and okay, they won't attack. Fine. Probably chump block with their 2/2. Well, they have to, because this is lethal. Okay. 3 cards in hand, tons of mana, even more mana, and Ashiok. Let's give it a try like this. Actually, it doesn't even matter if I let it through. Let's let that through. Target player mills 4 cards. I'm gonna let them mill me just because, like, you know, I've toyed with them like a cat and a mouse for much too long, and sometimes I do feel that this deck is extremely cruel, but they got to play their Planeswalker, and maybe now, okay, they're still gonna fight for life, but okay, they're down to 1 life. I'll leave it up to the chat. Should I counterspell their next thing? Nope, they're gonna they're gonna mill me and then rage quit because yeah, this is the counter deck that I have here. Everything's a counterspell, and when the things come out, it's very cruel. Gotta play one more game of Cruelty because I'm almost there to my 40 land challenge of the day. And then after that, we'll play other things and do other things. So, what does everyone think of the most recent sets? You might say, well, which one? 2 sets came out at the same time, and now we've got spoiling like 3 more sets in the future. Speaking of which, let's ask this question. Did anyone watch Mark Rosewater's panel at Comic-Con at Home, where he reveals the secrets of Zendikar Rising? Anyone see that? The Zendikar Rising panel? I did, and we can talk about that if people also watched it. Did my internet freeze? Have you been adulting too hard to enjoy the free Comic-Con? Yeah, on previous years, I was able to take off. On previous years, I was able to take off time from work to go to Comic-Con and totally shut it off. But this year, because life is blending with work, haven't really. I think my opponent. Something happened. So I've been enjoying the Comic-Con panels. I haven't seen them live, and I wanted to see Mark's podcast live. And I set it on my agenda, and like, yeah, I'm gonna be there at 1 o'clock to watch it, and then I set my alarm today. Like, remind me in 30 minutes when it's gonna start. But then for some reason I checked, and it's like, no, it started at 12, not 1. So I missed it. I missed it live. But I rewatched it right after that, and it was cool. He talked a lot about the new Zendikar Rising. So throughout the history of Magic, there's been different types of products, and regular boosters are the big one, the famous one, of course. Right, the one that comes with 15. I think my opponent's connection crashed or something. The one that comes with 15 cards. So they recently. My opponent also has 108 cards in their deck, with the cool little Year of the Rat art. But the hey, Coral Hooper, you are amazing. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it a lot. We're talking about Magic at the moment. Hello, how are you doing? We're talking about Zendikar Rising. We're playing some Magic. Thanks for visiting. First time that you're visiting, perhaps? Glad to have you. So the new Zendikar, we might pull it up on the web browser. The new Zendikar boosters. There's a brand new Zendikar booster because we had regular boosters, which are now called draft boosters. Then there were, I think they call them guild boosters, but now they're called theme boosters. You buy a booster with like more cards than normal. yeah, my opponent, like, their connection broke for like 5 turns. And so there were theme boosters. And then more recently, kind of don't like this song, let me skip it. Then there were, yeah, my opponent, their connection broke or something. They made also VIP boosters, which are well, not VIP boosters. What's the other one? Yeah, VIP boosters. What's that other booster that was expensive that costed like $30? That cost like $30. Vadrock. So there's that. So Zendikar. Let's look at it actually. Let's take a little detour before a little bit of gameplay. Let's go over to the web browser over here. This is the brand new latest info on the newest stuff on Magic. The brand new set boosters. So set booster. This is the brand new booster that they're going to be publishing. Now, Mark was very obvious to say the regular old boosters that we all know and love for 30 years are still coming as normal. Then there's these extra ones, because the regular old boosters, draft boosters, are designed for draft. You're supposed to buy them and play with friends at that moment. You're not supposed to really buy them for your collection or whatever, I guess. So there's a brand new booster that they're going to start releasing called a set booster. And the purpose of that one is more for like completing your collection, not really drafting with it, completing your collection, and it's going to be like $1 more than the regular one. So instead of $4, $5, whatever the price is. And so what's in it is, see, do they show that? Yeah, here it is. Here's what this new booster is going to come with. It's going to come in also like chapters. Chapter 1 is the welcome cards. The next chapter is the fireworks cards. The next chapter is the big finish, and then the epilogue. So you buy one booster, you open it up, the very first thing that you see is an art card. There's going to be some kind of full art card. Any leaks yet? They haven't. No, they haven't put it. They haven't put the trailer out for it yet. They just talked about the new cards that are coming. But all the trailers, yeah, I remember the War of the Spark one. That was amazing, wasn't it? And then like Eldraine and all of them, they've all been really good. No trailer yet. We just have like the new boosters. So when you open up the booster, you're gonna get an art card. Then after that, the next card's gonna be a land. And the next card after that is gonna be a variety of commons and uncommons connected to the theme of the set. After that comes a head turner slot, like kind of an interesting weird card, then a wild card rarity card after that, then after that a rare or mythic card, then after that a foil card, and then after that a token. Now on most of these slots they could randomly be rares or mythics, so you're guaranteed a rare or mythic, and then all of these other slots could also be rares or mythics. Mark said there is the possibility, the mathematical possibility, that you could get 4 rares or 4 mythic rares in one booster of the new Zendikar set. Mathematically. But you know, they control how the presses work and everything, so that's going to be rare. But this is the brand new set booster. No cards were revealed yet. No mechanics were revealed yet. But they were revealing that this is a brand new type of Magic booster, and he breaks it down here into everything what it is about. It's a very deep article, and then like how much percentages there are and all of that. So it's kind of complicated, but it's gonna be like $1 more than a regular booster. It's gonna have like probabilities of amazing stuff. So I will of course be opening them on the channel at some point when I get them. Hopefully Wizards gives me some free product, hopefully. Hashtag free, hashtag please. And we'll see what happens about that. But, oh yeah, there's also, they said like the final slot over here. This could be a token, or it could be a vintage card. there's a slot where they have a vintage card. There is a possible vintage card from a list of 300 cards from the 27-year history of Magic that is going to appear randomly on the final one, such as Pact of Negation. Apparently that one's confirmed. But yeah, that's the brand new booster packs of Zendikar Rising. Hope to get more previews and spoilers and all that good stuff very soon. So what do we think about that? Any thoughts? Any thoughts about that? About the brand new booster? And again, Mark said the regular boosters will still exist, regular price, regular as always, but then now the new boosters. Magic Historian mentioned a Reddit where Nissa will be the Golgari this time. That might, yeah, that sounds good, because Mark on his stream said there's definitely going to be 3 Planeswalkers. None of them are new, and one of them is going to be for the first time 2 colors, or a new color, they said, not because Nissa has been blue-green before. So Golgari colors, and that might work because, you know, after she left the Gatewatch, after she's like, peace out, I can't handle this anymore, maybe she went to the dark side and wanted to like increase her powers because she thought, well, I couldn't defeat Bolas, so I need to train more. And then she gets close to the dark side, and so she's got some black mana on her side. So that could be a possibility. So how long have you been playing there, Coral? A purple color walker. They already have them. Everything that's black nowadays is actually purple, right? Like the Liliana lands in Core 21. Have you seen these in real life? Beautiful. Oh yes. So beautiful Liliana land, but you know, it's more purple than black, and you know, it looks amazing. But you were playing for 6 months. Well, welcome to Magic. Love to hear that. How'd you hear about my stream and or YouTube and or stuff? If you've been here new, maybe you would be into my Planeswalker upgrade videos. I do Planeswalker upgrade videos for those people that start new with Magic. I do videos where if you get the Planeswalker deck, I show you how to upgrade it, make it gooder than ever. Basri's Lieutenant. To that I say nay. Looking for help building decks, found searching for Planeswalker upgrades. Perfect. So my strategy worked for the right keywords. Yeah, I've been doing these Planeswalker upgrade videos since that old vintage set, Rivals of Ixalan, which was the video that you saw of mine. Ooh, you did the Yanling one. Cool. That was cool. That's a popular one, actually. According to my stats, that's a popular one. People like the mono blue Planeswalker. And then a Daxos. Okay, that's a possibility. Is it technically purple? That's a good point. Red and blue. Well, Are we talking about mixing colors of light or colors of pigment? Because that results in two different results. But if we're dealing with colors of magic, then that's another result. Then then you watched them all. Very nice. I appreciate that a lot. You bought all 20 planeswalkers and upgraded. The upgrades are coming for that. I usually do them once a week. Yeah, we're not gonna let that happen. We're also gonna let you get milled. So this Monday is going to be the did you know you can actually also counterspell their life gain land? Whoops. Anyway, this past Monday I had the and now they're gonna attack there, but yeah. So Stone Coily. So the last week I did Garuk's deck. Hopefully you saw that one. And then this Monday, I've already done the recording of the video. I just need to edit it. This Monday is going to be the Chandra. Okay, let's bring in a big old 5/5, and then yeah, they're gonna bring their cool card, but we've got a 6/5 and a 5/5, so we'll let that happen. Mixing pigments. I would have thought about it. It's light, like the color of magic is like a light. You moved on to Commander already, and now Brawl. Yeah, I got a bunch of Brawl videos as well. Maybe we'll play some Brawl here later today too. And of course, I'm happy to do gameplay, happy to give advice as best as I can. Also, there's a lot of smart people on the chat as well. Kamiya and Mark and a lot of people coming to hang out. They all know magic as well, so don't be afraid to ask for questions live on the stream. You built your Rin and Seri Brawl for your granddaughter. It's great she went against your precon. Very nice. Okay, so obviously my opponent will want to go hit their Ajani, but I would rather win the game, so I'm not worried about Ajani's ultimate. Can't stand Commander or Brawl. I'm more of a vintage player. Well, everyone likes what they like, and everyone will like what they like. Yeah, it's like the one. Yeah, the opponent is losing the will to live. Anyway, the singleton nature of it, right, is one thing. That could be annoying. Twin Blade Paladin, that card is amazing, so that's why we have to say better luck next time. So an Ayula. Hey, that reminds me. Are you? Apologies. But are you... No, that's not you. That's not the same. Someone also mentioned that they wanted to make an Ayula deck. Someone else on my YouTube mentioned that they wanted to make an Ayula deck. But they had been a long-time viewer of the channel, and you said you just started 6 months ago, so that's someone else then. Say, Mark, in our house, the only banned cards are Circles of Protection. Everything else is always fair. So when I got back into Magic, I played some vintage. I played a vintage cube with the group, and that was I put Circles of Protections in there in the cube that I put together, and people were like, "This is a great card. You can attack me with your Lord of the Pit, and I just pay 1 mana, and my Circle of Protection blocks it." So. So circles definitely can get the job done. That was you? Huh? I thought... Oh, apologies, I missed your name. It sounded like you were someone like long time with the channel, but okay, yeah. So... Is the person gonna turn it around finally? Brawling paper is a bit easier to build if you like flavor. I still definitely like. I still definitely like. Well, this has got reach, so reading the card explains the card. But anyway, I guess they have a. Oh, I know they have the Alseed. So fine, if you want to lose an Alseed, I think the Alseed is more important to protect your Pride Mate or something. Anyway, they chose white, but my stone coil is not white. It is a colorless artifact. So I think I've done that before as well, that I wanted to get protection from something, but it's an artifact which has no color, so whoops. So anyway, I was saying I still like physical cards, of course. You know, all my, you can see it back here, these notebooks are full of physical cards. And I will always like physical cards, of course, but I'm gonna hold this land to make them think I've got one more counter spell, but obviously it's not. Ooh, Light of Legion is a good one. You haven't used the COP cards in ages. They should make a deck with them. That is definitely an annoying deck. I mean, an annoying card, but it's a powerful card, so bring them on. Are you sure you want to do that? You stock your local comic shop for vintage cards. They sell off singles for 5 to 10 cents when people donate their old found Uncle Istvan and Sorcerer's Queen. Very nice. Is that the old Uncle Istvan that said summon Uncle Istvan? Or did it say like the newer creature dash human rogue or whatever the new wording of that is? You don't like the idea that stuff rotates. Yeah, that is... The thing about Magic is it's a game that's been around 27 years. And there's ways to play... There's lots of ways to play. You know, Mark Rosewater, the designer, head designer at Magic, says Magic is not just one game, it's multiple games. So you can play Modern, you can play Pioneer, you can play Vintage, you can play with the full history of cards. Standard is their format that when things get stale, things rotate, new cards come in. When things are too broken, they go away, new stuff comes in. That's the one that's constantly changing. But things like Commander and things like Vintage and whatever, and anything goes Magic at home, you make your own rules. So when I got back, I played Magic first in the 90s and then stopped for a long time, and I got back into it in 2017. And then, yeah, it's like rotation. Oh no, we're going to lose all this amazing stuff from Rivals of Ixalan. You know, I love that set, dinosaurs and such. But it's part of the game. And if you play at home with regular people, there's no rotation. Keep playing what you want. But on Arena, there's rotation. However, there's still historic. So you can still keep playing with what you want, just with historic. Yes, the summon one, you have to go find them to check the release. So, okay, I think we got our daily rewards at the moment. Cool. Got it. Let's open this booster pack here. Let's see, what do we get? Anything here? Well, I got a rare wild card. Nice. I got also an uncommon one. Nice. Tormod's Crypt. Nice. For the nostalgia. And another rare. Ooh, double rares. Beautiful. Are they releasing double masters already? I like that. Okay, so we got a lot of other game modes we can play, but let's take a quick look at my Chandra upgrade deck. I haven't released the video for it yet, so everyone on the stream here will get the exclusive look at my newly upgraded Chandra deck. Chandra Planeswalker. So, is behind the scenes here. I have the original one unedited. Then I've got the Corsa 21 only cards. Standard. Full standard. Then historic. Two-headed giant and arena would be fun. Yeah, I hope they start to do this multiplayer modes and all that good stuff, and two-headed giant would be so much fun. There'd be no reason to leave the house. So here's the various decks. Which ones do you want to look at? We'll also maybe play it a little bit just to see how it plays. What should we look at here? The Core Set 21 only upgrade, the standard upgrade, or the historic upgrade? Looking forward to the Liliana upgrade. You have the 2021. Okay. Speaking of the Liliana upgrade, I have the upgrade on my podcast. So if you go, let me get it over here. Campos on Spotify. I have a podcast. If you didn't know, every week I do a podcast on Magic. And my latest episode of the podcast, so it's audio only, but in the audio only version of the podcast, I'll put it here in the chat, I have a Liliana upgrade. So the video version of that one is coming the week after Chandra. So I'm going in order of Garrick first, then Chandra, then Liliana, then Teferi, then Basri. So I'm going backwards in color. Liliana looks weird. Hardly any of the nice zombie cards were used. Yeah, and that's how I started to upgrade the deck. I made it more zombie-centric. Okay, so let's look at the Core 21 only focused upgrade. I'm glad we finally have the advanced technology in Arena to look at our cards like this. Who's Bosley? Basri? Did I say it? Bosley? You know Bosley, hair club for men, right? Basri. Do I have any Basri Planeswalkers yet? I've got that one right there. So that's the new guy. He was the new sponsor. No, not yet. You know, I never had any troubles up here so far yet, so don't need him. But the Basri is a planeswalker for Amonkhet. And what's interesting about him is, you know, he was totally into, you know, Amonkhet, the gods of Amonkhet, totally believing it all about, we're going to go through the trials, we're going to learn everything we can from Hazaret, and we're going to go with Oketra, blah, 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 and a glorious afterlife. So, according to the story, his spark ignited, and he went off somewhere. And this happened before Hour of Devastation. So he planeswalked away from Amonkhet before Hour of Devastation. And as we all know what happened in Hour of Devastation, it took an hour to get everything devastated. Nicol Bolas destroyed Amonkhet, wrecked the religion, defeated the Gatewatch, destroyed the Hekma and everything. And Amonkhet, the most destroyed plane ever on Magic. So anyway, he planeswalked away. Eventually, he comes back to Amonkhet saying, "Hey everyone, check it out, I'm a planeswalker." Whoops, Amonkhet is in ruins. So his story is that he was in Amonkhet before Hour of Devastation. He's come back to his plane of Amonkhet and everything's wrecked, and he wants to further. He still believes in like the trials and the gods and everything like that, and he wants to better his people. There's two Basri Planeswalkers at the moment. There's the 3 mana, 3 loyalty plus 1 to put counters on your creatures, -2 to make more soldiers, -6. You get an emblem that you keep making soldiers over and over and over for only 3 mana. So I like that. Then there's the Planeswalker one. For loyalty plus 1, put a 1 counter on a creature, it gains vigilance. -1 whenever a creature attacks, put a 1 counter on it. I love that one. And -6, creatures you control get +2 and gain flying. So this is going to be a go wide strategy with a bunch of soldiers and stuff, protection, so forth. So eventually, when I release that video, but again, I release one every week. When that upgrade releases, we'll have that one. That's the newest Planeswalker, Basri Kent. He's got pretty cool hair. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the Chandra deck. Here's the M21 only build. So, the way I change this up a little bit is I put in the Goblin Arsonist. 1 red mana, 1/1. When it dies, deal damage to any target. So I like that it would deal damage to a Planeswalker that's being protected by blockers, or if they attack me with their 2/2 and don't read the card, I can block it with the 1/1 and the extra point of damage hits the 2/2. Or perhaps this dies and I use that 1 point of damage to kill the final Llanowar Elf or whatever. Yeah, I like this card. And so I got it here in the 1-drops. A full play set of Shock, 2 damage to anything. These 2 damage to any target also synergize with Chandra's Pyreling. I got the full playset of 4 of this. It's a 1/3 for 2. When a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, this gets +1 and double strike. So, the shock before your combat step, shock to the opponent's face, this now has double strike because it's non-combat damage. If your Arsonist dies and it deals 1 damage to the opponent, that's non-combat damage, it also then double strikes, gives double strike to the Pyreling. And it says whenever. So if you double shock the opponent, this will get +2/+2, so it'll be a 3/3. Double strike, if it goes unblocked, that's 6 damage. So I like that one. Heartfire Immolator, 2 mana, 2/2, prowess. So when you cast your non-creature spells, it gets stronger. And 1 red, sacrifice this. It deals its damage to creature or planeswalker. So it's a 2/2. It could deal 2 damage to a creature or a planeswalker. It's vaguely like that Goblin Arsonist, but it only hits planeswalkers or creatures, and you need the 1 red mana. And it's got prowess as well. Volcanic Geyser. Remember back in the good old days when we can have Fireball or Disintegrate? 1 red mana, X. Well, now it's double red, X. So Volcanic Geyser, deal X damage to any target. This can win you the game when the game's going long. You've got a bunch of red mana. Dump it all into 1 final damage after you go in with your attacks. So I got that in there. Soul Seer, 3 mana, 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker. And then they lose indestructibility. So if they have, like Barkhide Troll that can become indestructible on the fly, this removes the indestructible. Spellgorger Weird, I love this one. It's a 2/2 for 3 mana. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1 counter permanently. So it's like prowess, but permanent counter. And this can get really big out of hand with so many, shock and geyser and seer and so forth. This can get bigger and bigger. Stormcaller, 3 mana, 3/2. Pretty cool. Then when it enters, it deals 2 damage to the opponent. So it's a built-in shock into a 3/2 for 3 mana. Pretty epic art in Ogre Shaman. Carol Keep Disciples. This came with 3, but I put it to 2 because so the builds that I do are budget. They're commons and uncommons. So there's only 1 Magmut. Chandra's Magmut. I have it on a different build of the deck, actually. It's very on flavor, definitely, to have a Chandra named card with a Chandra deck, but don't have it in this deck because it doesn't synergize a lot. It's got the tap, do 1 damage. That could help the Pyreling, but that could be a possibility as well. So the Carol Keep Disciples, it's a 4/3 for 4, and then when you activate Chandra's loyalty ability, it deals 1 damage to an opponent. That's fun. Keeping the Chandra's Fire Maw, 5 mana, 4/2. with haste. And then you go tutor, you go search for your Chandra Planeswalker. Ready to cast her. Pretty epic art. Double vision, I like this one. 5 mana enchantment that double copies your instants and sorceries. However, it's rare, so you need more wild cards if you want more of it in the deck. We've got the Chandra's Incinerator, keeping that in here. 6 mana, 6/6, trample. It gets cheaper if you deal damage to the opponent. And then later, whenever a source that you control deals non-combat damage to the opponent, the Incinerator deals that much damage to their creature or Planeswalker. So you do a little bit of damage over there and to the opponent, and that extra damage goes to the creature, etc. You slipped into the 2020 deck. You work better than Scorch Spitter. Yeah, the original Scorch Spitter was cool in terms of it doing that damage, but you needed to pay mana. But the Magmut is better because it's just a tap. So I guess they have the Scorch Spitter in that it untaps itself, right? Am I thinking of that one right? Let me just double check on that. Scorch Spitter. How do you spell it? Scorch Spitter. No, it's not Scorch Spitter, it's Goblin something, right? Blister Spit. Blister Spit. Gremlin. Yeah, so when you cast a non-creature, it untaps and you have to pay the 1 mana, so Magmut. It's just a tap by itself as a 2/2 as well. So if you wanted to keep more of that, like pinging them from a distance, instead of the Arsonist, you could put the Magmut, although this is, the 1-drop. The last creature, the biggest creature, is the Hellkite Punisher. 7 mana, 6/6 flying, and then you pay red to give it +1. So in theory, you could be doing 13 damage with this. Pay the 7 to summon it. Next turn, you've got 7 mana. Dump all that 7 mana to Fire Breathe it. 13/6 in the air. Amazing. And then Chandra's in there. 3 damage, so a built-in Lightning Bolt with a +1. -2, cast another card from your graveyard, but then exile it. And then -8, discard your hand and then get 7 cards. So it's a wheel, Wheel of Fortune effect. 6 mana. And then one thing, I also removed 1 land. You don't need 25 lands really. So I put it down to 24 so I can have more slots. And that's the upgrade there that I've got. Core set 21 only cards. I'm gonna give it a quick game here. I've got some other game modes, and actually I'm probably going to do a little pause. I've been streaming how long? Streaming an hour. So I'm gonna play 1 game of this, do a little pause, kind of a little hungry, and then we'll continue. But let's do 1 game of this. I'll probably also pull up the other. The standard or the historic builds and such. Speaking of Mu Yanlin, there she is there. Okay, so they go first. Our things are 2-drops. There's no synergy quite there with any ping effects, but that's got prowess, but no synergy on that yet. But it's a turn 2-drop, and eventually I get the Fire Moth, 5 mana. It's okay. I would have liked to have my... Oh, okay. Well, that's a way to win as well. I guess they saw in the corner right there, VM Campos is your opponent, and they're like, GG. So let's try that again. Maybe their connection crashed or something. Crooked Man. Is this the same opponent? I know they had the Yanlin character, but I didn't remember seeing what their name was. Okay, this is kind of fun. Again, I would rather have more burn in my hand, but we'll see here. Something on turn 2. Then turn 3, they had the mulligan to 5. There's my shock. Okay, I like that. Let's see if they bring out anything good that I can shock. That Piper, I can't shock the Piper. Prowess. What I could do here is I could attack with my Immolator. They probably won't block. If they block, they might. Well, they're going to see that it has Prowess. So, Underworld Dreams. Okay, that's a way to play. Let's do it like this. Let's try to do an attack here. They probably won't block. They shouldn't block. Because then that's to the face, and then that's a +3 on that. So, that works there. Then we get a mountain out. They're gonna murder that. Oh well, sure, you can try to do that, but beforehand, oh, creature or planeswalker, never mind. It would have been nice if I could do it to the opponent themselves. Actually, can I do it to myself? Are you sure? Yeah, let's do it to myself so that I don't have to. That's dumb. Okay, so next turn, let's bring out this collar. Does some damage there. Have a shock ready. And okay. We have nothing quite yet. Let's bring out one of these. Gotta go check with the baby. Yeah, no problem. We'll be here. I might be on my short break at that moment. We'll see. But yeah, we'll be here. Okay, so I got 6 damage. Double Underworld Dreams, I guess. That's really gonna wreck me. And then... how should we win the game here? Volcanic Geyser or Chandra? Let's win with Chandra. So, first we'll do 3 damage over here. I mean 6 damage. And then we'll bring out Chandra. Then we'll do the final damage, 3 damage to the opponent. And there we go, Crooked Man. Well, this is obviously just one game here. I felt the opponent was a little slow, so it's not a full representation of what the deck can do. But those shocks helped, you know, the immolating shaman, whatever. Prowess helped me take out their creature. Got those shocks in there. Those ogre shamans were cool, that when they get summoned, 2 damage right away, help whittle down their defenses. The I believe my historic build changes into a focus of haste creatures. There's more creatures in that with haste and historic. But anyway, that's the build right there for M21. I'm going to take a short break. I'm getting a little hungry. If it's too late, it is currently 9:22 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks everyone for hanging out at the moment. Let's take a little break. Be our back in just a moment. Talk amongst yourselves, and we'll go on in just a moment. Alright everyone, we are back. Let's do some more gameplay and such. Will I be streaming the Liliana? I could stream it a little bit right now. I've got it built. So you could look at it right now if you want. Any requests to see it at the moment? Let's get back to the game over here. So I have the Liliana deck. Don't normally play black. Alright, let's check this one out. So let's see this deck. Okay, so Liliana is the big showcase card here. For loyalty, +1, return up to 1 creature from the graveyard to the hand, so you get an automatic, raise dead. Well, not raise dead, yeah, raise dead, right? Right out of the graveyard. -3, destroy a creature. So there's a murder right there, and they lose 2 life. -7, target opponent loses 2 life for each creature in their graveyard. So the big idea is, make their graveyard big, and then -7, big attack. Okay, so what I've got here is 4 of the Liliana Steward. It's a 1/2, so turn 1. You can either do some zombie synergies, as we'll see, because this is just a plain old zombie, or you can do the tap, sacrifice it, opponent discards a card. That's only at sorcery speed though, so on your turn. Got the, here we go, Liliana's Devotee. Liliana's Devotee, however you like to say it. 3 mana, 2/3. Zombies get +1/+0. So got that turn 1 zombie, which is a 1/2. And with this, you make them into 2/2s, and this is not legendary, so you can have as many of these as you want. Each one's giving a +1. At the beginning of your end step, if any creature died, you may pay 2 if you do create a zombie. So this makes more zombies as things die, and I have ways to make things die in the deck. So this can create a lot of zombies. I really like it. So full playset of 4. Liliana's Scrounger, keeping this one here, honorary zombie. 3 mana, 3/2 at the beginning of each end step. If a creature died, you may put a loyalty counter on Liliana. So if you've got your Liliana Planeswalker and the Scrounger out, when anything dies on anyone's turn, you can put 1 more counter on Liliana. It's got the Liliana Standard Bearer. This came with the deck. 3/1 Flash, instant, rare, for 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. So, best case scenario is that your opponent wipes the board and kills 3 or 4 of your creatures, and then you get some card draw from flashing in the Standard Bearer. Worst case scenario, it's 1 creature that died, you summon this in, you draw 1 card. Or worstest case scenario, nothing dies, but you bring in a 3/1 at the end of your turn, you're ready to attack with a 3/1 if they're defenseless. The biggest creature is the Gourmand. 6 mana, 5/5, flying and trample. That's amazing. As an additional cost, sacrifice a creature. So hopefully it's one of your 1-drops. But when Liliana's out, you can bring it back. Anyway, sacrifice a creature. You get a 5/5, flying and trample, and then your opponent must sacrifice a creature when you summon this. I got 4 of those Gourmands, 4 Devotees, 4 Scroungers, the 1 Standard Bearer, 4 Stewards. Alchemist's Gift, 1 black mana, instant, give your creature +1, and either Death Touch or Lifelink. So if they've got a huge creature coming at you, put a Death Touch counter on it, and you kill it. If it's not huge, but the +1 is just enough, then you can put Lifelink on it to gain a little life. eliminate 3 of these, 2 mana, to destroy a creature or planeswalker that's 3 or less mana. Grasp of Darkness, double black. A creature gets -4/-4. Demonic Embrace, this came with the deck. 3 mana, creature gets +3/+1, and flying, and turns it into a demon as well. And then you can recast this card from the graveyard as much as you want. If you pay 3 life and discard a card, you can keep playing it over and over. Finishing Blow, 5 mana, destroy any creature or planeswalker. Liliana Scorn, destroy any creature, and then go search for your Liliana. So there you go, 24 lands. Got a bunch of removal and creatures and so forth, so let's give that one a quick play. And again, I have a couple of other ways to build it, full standard and historic. That's coming out on the video version. That one's going to be in 2 weeks. I'm releasing one each turn. Okay, so here we go. Here's the perfect opening hand. Turn 1 zombie, turn 2 grasp in case I need to remove their thing, turn 3 devotee, and then eventually gourmand for that steward. So we'll see how this goes. Their dog is barking at me. Last Wish is the opponent. Grasp of Darkness is really cool because it's an instant, -4. Okay, so the opponent is playing blue, at least, and they are passing to me, and it's pausing for them. What is this going to be, an opt, or a return to hand? What are they going to have? Next turn, they could... Okay, I'm going to try to bring out the devotee, and if they counterspell it, I guess what I could try to do is steward, and I didn't. Okay, that becomes the 2/2 like I wanted. Yeah, they keep looking at it either to read it or reread it or to eventually target it or bouncing back. Okay, so I'm gonna have 4 mana, and then I gotta get better card draw, because then 6 mana is my next plateau. We have 3 mana in total. That's enough for any number of counter spells. Brazen Borrower, okay. That cannot block. So let's go in with some damage over here. Then we'll minus that over there. Then the turn ends, and then I can pay 2 for a zombie. I've got a bunch of zombies. What is the opponent up to? Jace. Okay. They're gonna mill me? I guess I don't care. Yeah, I don't care at all because damage there. Finishing blow their planeswalker, so I didn't even have to... I guess I didn't really have to wreck their planeswalker because it was just gonna mill me, and I already have lethal. But they'll probably bounce something back. What are they gonna do? Or they could quit. So okay, that's a possibility there. No, I don't think that match had like the full potential of the deck. But that's how that played. Unless there's requests, I think what I want to do is play the event of the day today, the flash forward event. It's kind of ambiguous what it says in here. I think they're a little too artistic sometimes in the names of these things, in the descriptions. They should just say exactly what this is. Welcome to the Festival of Time. Hey Stevie, how are you doing? This is a brand new event that's happening. Welcome to the Festival of Time. This week, we are turning the clock forward for a glimpse of what is to come. Change is on the horizon, and even savvy veterans will have to learn new ways to achieve glory. These decks have already adapted to the coming changes. They use only cards from the past year, and they will be useful to planeswalkers young and old for a long while yet. So this is like new standard decks, sort of. So that's what they're trying to say with this here. You want to know if you want to spend money on this event? Yeah, I got a little bit of gold to spare, so let's try it out. Let's try this new one. Now, I haven't looked at any of the contents of the decks yet, but just by their box arts and their names, I kind of have a couple that I kind of want to play. Life Skills, probably a black and white vampire life gain deck. I like that. Company of Knights, red-white Boros Knights. I like that. Besides that, maybe this is a Rakdos Pirate deck right here. Black-red Pirates, I guess. I might play that one. 2 Adventure. This seems to be green-white adventures. That sounds fun. So the ones that stood out to me that I really want to think about playing are Life Skills, Company of Knights. Besides that, there's a couple maybe. Mutation Station, not too interesting to me. Massive Menagerie, maybe. Stomp Stop, not really. Spell Power, not really. Back for More, maybe. Starry Eyed, maybe. You want to try Knights? Let's have the vote here. Who's still hanging out in the chat at the moment? Which deck should we play? We got 1 vote for Knights. We have Life Skill, which is probably vampires. This is probably Horse Tribal or something. I don't know. What does everyone think there? What should we try out? 2 votes for Knights. Cool. Anyone else? What should we try? What should we try out? You could also look inside the decks, but I'll probably just play it sight unseen for a moment. Looks like people are leaning towards Knights, so I guess we've got to veto you and play Life Skills because I'm the one playing. Just kidding, just kidding. Let's play Company of Knights. We got 1 vote for Life Skills, but 2 votes for Knights. Do we have a tiebreaker? Is anyone else? Is Mark? Are we gonna have Mark come in at the last moment and pick the deck? He's probably gonna pick Mutation or something, and it'll still be a tie. So he probably won't be around for a little bit longer. So I don't know if I just want to wait, but we have the goal to try both. Let's go with Knights, and then on the second game we'll try Life Gain, Life Link, whatever the deck is called. Okay. So, let's pick Company of Knights. 1 win is a card style. Actually, I got that one in real life. And then a Massacre Worm. I had a very oops moment where I turned my opponent's like 3/3 into a Massacre Worm because I did the Chaos Warp onto it, and like that was a mistake. And then the Cultivate. I love that card. I gotta show you all, remind me. I've got an amazing, incredibly weird Ulamog deck. Remind me of that. I'm gonna write it down right here. I'm gonna make a note right here. Ulamog. So remind me. I gotta show you this Ulamog deck. It's so wacky. Okay, let's try this Company of Knights. basically that Ulamog deck. I don't know if other people have seen it before on other days, but it's basically ramp as fast as you can into Ulamog, or Ugin the Spirit Dragon, or Ugin the Ineffable. So there's no interaction, and until I get to my Ulamog or Planeswalker. So I gotta hold off for that. But it's got crazy ramp. I can get like 10 mana faster than you can imagine. So it's fun. Okay, so I'm playing against the Riddle form, great. So this is not going to be fun. They are going to very easily make that Riddle form wake up. Watch. If they get that turn 2 Riddle form, they're just going to shock all my stuff to oblivion and opt into oblivion. This is not going to be fun. I don't want to pass up stick already. I know what this deck is. I've never played it. Look at how they passed. They passed because they're going to lightning strike or whatever one of my creatures, make the Riddle form wake up, and then they've got a 3/3 blocker. So let's see what we can do here. But maybe this Dragonfire will help me. So let's see what happens here. Okay, there's their Anticipate to wake up their Riddle form. Can we toast it now before much happens? No, it's still pausing for one more thing. Is that going to be one more opt? Or lightning, or a shock, or whatever? Okay. So if that wasn't there, that would have been already trouble. Let's bring up this veteran. If the veteran dies, it can +1 something like my knight. A 3/2 for strike I would like. But instead we'll shock it. Okay. And then they'll storm entity. Okay. Do I have enough for my Embercleave? That should be enough for the Embercleave. I need 6 mana in total. Tricky. How about 8 damage plus 2 damage? And that is a 4/4 with double strike. What else does this do? Flying, prowess, do not like, costs X whatever, scry. Yeah, so prowess is the big thing about this. That can definitely get out of hand. Let's see, what will they do? They're gonna steal. Is that a oh no, it's just gonna bounce it back. Okay. That's annoying. Well, let's set that up. Take out a couple of fairies. Yeah, I guess I can trade 3 fairies if you want. Actually, double strike, so I don't think they got what they expected. And lastly, okay, can I pacify this? Let's see if I'll be able to pacify this. They've got double strike and I've got double strike. So what I need to do here... Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah. They had double strike and I had double strike. We would have killed each other, but I could have attached my short sword and then my first strike would have taken out their double strike. No, not really. We would have double striked each other to death, I guess. Okay, we got 1 win so far, and I get an amazing card style that I don't care about. But we're doing it for the honor of it. And we'll play again. Unfortunately, I have to say, for the rewards, this event is pretty terrible. Card card sleeves, you know, card effects are just not an incentive to play these things. You need to be earning you need to be earning wild cards or experience or something. Because this, you know, you win X amount of times and you get a card sleeve of a card you're never going to use. So, okay, this is cool. I get to have this. And I get to have this. The Nisian Beetle's really cool, actually, because it can get really big, really fast. And there's other creatures on the field. Like that. 3 mana for a 4/4. Are you kidding me? But it can't block, actually. Although the events can count towards your dailies you haven't already completed. Yeah. Just counts for the dailies. Oh, man. Okay, so that can't block. Actually, that cannot attack. Unless you control a big creature. It can block, but it can't attack. Okay, well... let's pretend we've got something in hand. Let's touch our cards here to pretend we've got something in hand. And then attack, and let's... okay, they didn't fall for it. Fine. We'll bring out this 2/3 with double strike. Actually, 3 for double strike, so... their beetle will become a 4/4, and then their warden can attack, but then they've got a whole bunch of cards in hand. Really cool art on that. Strength, skill, rage. All have their limits. All have their limits, but patience can be infinite. Still not attacking A. Okay, well, what can this do? This gets +1 until end of turn. Okay, let's do it like this. If my Venerable Knight dies, I can live with that. Although it was pausing, they have double red, so they'll probably have like some first strike spell or something. Yeah, so they're going to respond with something good. Or maybe not. Fine. So that falls down here. That gives me... that's probably a shock. So my... huh. Okay. What do they have? What tricky thing do they have on their side? Sure. Make a 1/1. Make a 1/1, which can get big. Okay. Can live with that. Yeah, it's still pausing for them for 1 red mana, so they probably have Shock or Infuriate or whatever that 1 red mana is. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Chapter 2, turn it into a 4/4. Okay, that synergizes pretty well with that beetle. I have 3/3 double strike, so let's assume they're about to attack with their 5/5. And they still have the 1 red or green mana to do like a +3. I bet you it's that one +1 for strike. Now, if I block with my double strike, that'll be okay. Guess I'm okay losing the knight. They tapped out for their Brushwag. Clearly they have something here, so we can take 4. There it is. +2. Hey everyone, or hey Mark, welcome back. We might be able to win this. We can tap out their best creatures. I'm playing the event over here, the one about try out a bunch of cool things. Cool decks for terrible rewards. The opponent's got a lot of creatures actually, so They're probably just gonna tap their Avenger and win. Yeah, I didn't manage this one very well. Because the Avenger can do 4 damage no matter what. So if they attack with their 6, yeah, this is gonna be. They're gonna have one final trick to do the final point of damage. So let's see what we get on the next. We're gonna have another one of those rock knights or whatever. Oh, I know, they're brushwag. Didn't read it. Okay, well. That one I didn't quite manage their pump ability and so forth, so okay. Let's try the next one. Got 2 wins, but let's see about the next one. Like I said, this type of event, I don't know, it just feels like the... See, when you GG the opponent, you have to make sure to do it on their stream. But the rewards for... Does my deck not have Scrylands? Just Lifelands? The rewards are not great. They're just like these card styles. And, if they gave you other things, people would play them more, I think. You know, these pre-made decks that... I think it's cool that they have these pre-made decks. But then the nature of it. Okay, so they want a mana ramp. Here's a big brain play. They want that Mara Leaf Pixie as mana ramp. So they won't block. Oh, okay. That's a thing to do. Was not expecting that. I was gonna tap them out for on their turn, but I guess they thought my +1 knight is so valuable, but you know, they lost their mana dork, so sure. Okay, there's another one. Okay, I'll do it next turn then. The idea is that I would tap them out on their turn. So right here, on their turn, I can tap both of their creatures. They're going to tap their mana, but since it's happening in the upkeep phase, they're going to lose the mana. Oh, okay, fine, they didn't. This opponent is quite trickier than I thought. Next turn, Burning Yard, a knight gets +2. Okay, so first I need a knight. I guess I've got to bring out my flyers, kind of slower than I would want. I bring out my flyer so that then I can bring out Basri's Acolyte. When I press auto pass, I want to auto pass. So why doesn't it not auto pass? Okay, so guess we'll do it this way. Bring this out there. I'll have the Rimrock Knight just in case they attack. Now they'll probably attack with that Brushwag and then pump it up. It needs a bunch of mana, which they do have. So if I pump up mine, that won't do much. So ideally that Acolyte should be out there to give itself to multiple things. Ooh, that seems to be a 6/6. This cannot be blocked except for Krakens. And why would they put a card in here that is completely uninteractable? Fine. Besides that, it doesn't do anything except be a big fish. And then they'll pass. Ooh, well, that's the algorithm. Pacify a fish. You hate to see that happen. Alright, so let's do some damage here. Bring out this here. Next turn, Basri. Well, the Rimrock cannot block actually. But next turn, I can +2 and trample. Passive fish. Weird band name. Passive fish. It's not that bad. Ah, man, we don't want that mammoth. And then it's gonna fight me again. This is game over unless I get another pacifism. Grasping Giant. Vigilance. It can block that 6/6 and it'll exile it too. Is that too good to be true? What's going to happen is on their turn, they're going to have Ram Through or Bite or whatever. No, well, it's a 5/7. We'll probably be okay. No, what's going to happen is, yeah, they're looking at their own card. What's going to happen is they're going to have a Giant Growth in there. If they attack with it, they're going to have a Giant Growth. See how they keep looking at it. What do we want to do here? They've got 2 of them in hand. So they had way too much value on their side. There wasn't any way to get back out of that with that mammoth. That mammoth wins the game. When any new creature gets summoned, only one of 3. Yeah, the mammoth, whenever you summon a new thing, it automatically fights. That wins the game. So there's no way to play on that one properly. How do we resign on this thing? Because that's enough of that one. I don't want to resume. Yeah, where's the resign button? Oh, I guess you can switch. You can switch. Okay, 1 price to switch. Again, there's even like less incentive to play this, and I'm kind of surprised that it's 2,000 to play it as much as you want. Switch through decks, but fine. Let's try the lifelink. Ryu Tatu is the opponent. I've been seeing Yanlin's profile over and over. Okay, I go first. Chorister turn 1, very nice. Turn 2 Swindler, turn 3 Veto. Okay, this is what this deck wants. Now what I hate is that it has to come in with a tapped land. I'm gonna chance it by going with the tap land as late as possible. But we'll see if the algorithm plays nice and it doesn't give me any untapped lands for Veto. Turn 3. Okay, that's 2. Come on, regular untapped land. Come on, the algorithm. I'm sure it's mathematically impossible to get another tapped land or no land. Rimrock. Okay, that cannot block, so that's a thing. And of course, it's got to be the untapped land. Amazing. The tapped land. Okay, so let's flip a coin. Flip. And I lost, so okay. Pretty anticlimactic. I should have Unexpected Fangs onto my Chorister, I guess. I'm still triggered from not getting a land drop. But anyway, let's see what the opponent has here. This would be amazing if they had another Rimrock in their hand. Then they'll hit me with 5/1, I guess. Okay. Thinking a lot. Lots of strategies on their side. Okay. Masticore right there. Let's read this carefully. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, this deals 1 damage to any target. Okay, well they clearly would want to do that to my chorister, so we'll make it big. There's the land. Let's bring this out right here. Let's flip this. Well, let's flip the coin second. Let's attack with this. Why does it say activate ability if I do not have 5 mana for that? Anyway, let's attack with the 2/2. They won't block. That'll gain me 2 life. Then Veto will damage them 2 more life. Good. Then let's flip this coin. And then heads. Okay. 3 more damage on that. We have a 4/2. The 1 damage won't really do anything once they cast. Well, they have to wait for my turn. Whenever you cast your first spell, deal 1 damage. It's not amazing, but I guess it's a thing. In green red, oh, I guess burn spells. 1 more mana, and I've got my game-winning Baneslayer Angel. In green, what can they do? Well, they can plummet it. Oops, that's an 8/2. But I can live with that. And they're gonna... Never mind, they're gonna fight. And then I get a tapped land. Okay. And I don't have enough mana for Anointed Chorister's ability. Great. Will probably be okay. The lifelink of the Chorister will work enough, and then alright, let's see if this can do anything. They'll probably have their final ram through. But in theory, a 5/5 lifelink, first strike, flying Baneslayer Angel is good. But we'll see. Alright, 3, 4, 5. Let's bring out a big ol' 8/8 that we don't need to give them anything for, and we have 1 life left. If they need to plummet my angel for them to make it, and they don't have anything. Okay. So we won 1 more. Yeah. VMC crew. To be honest, I don't love this event. I just don't like that it's at the whim of someone else's deck building with like tapped lands and such. So I think I've had my fill of this event. We got 1 or 2 sleeves of cards I don't care about. So okay, we played that, and that was a thing. Thoughts on that event? You know, I'm not gonna. I don't have the willpower to check out all of these different decks, and the rewards are so paltry, and the field bads are too high for me. What do you all think about this event? It's 2,500 gold one time. Play as much as you want. Trying out all the decks. This is supposed to be like a meta shakeup that no limited card pool, future standard sort of. That's what this deck. That's what these cards are. So I'm skipping it. Let's. I'm gonna do drafting and stuff in a moment, but I want to show off this deck. I don't know if I've shown it. Remind me if I have. This is a historic deck. This is my Ulamog deck. Mono green Ulamog. The big idea is just to get to Ulamog as fast as possible, or Ugin the Spirit Dragon, or Ugin the Ineffable, like this. So I've got like Mind Stones in here, Cultivate, etc. So this could be better, but let's see what we get. So turn 3 Omen, turn 4 Migration. Maybe there'll be better, faster ramps, but here I could ramp into Ugin. Okay, I'm playing against Izzet, so this won't be fun. I'm going to either get counterspelled or direct damaged. I'm gonna get a 1/1 little hasty thing that will grow. Okay, third land. Let's get another land over here. Fourth land. Okay, I can Migration Path. Then I'm at Ugin. I missed a land drop here, so I've got to go with this. Come in tapped. So 4, 5, 6. That's 6 mana for Ugin, but unless they tap out. Let's try. And we'll just plus. I noticed this recently that there's a bug at the moment that when these spirits grab the top card, the design gets extremely weird. Now are they at Niv Mizzet already? What are they gonna do there? Gonna blink that, sure. Goes to my hand. They have 2 mana left. Okay, they have 2 mana left. Even if they tried to counterspell an Ugin, which I would have been able to do if I had my land drop. So 4 mana on that. Yeah, so I've got all the mana that I need for next turn. And there's another Ugin there. So I guess I'll let them try to go after my Ugin. That's fine. I need to pay the full 10 price there. Okay, that's definitely, I'm going to wreck that. So here comes an Ulamog that even if they counter it, I still wreck 2 things. So I'm going to wreck that, and I'm going to wreck that. Yep, even if they try to counter that, its thing still does its thing. So I'm happy with that. And then we attack. Kin, pretty worthless, probably. We have a bunch of mana for counter spells. Well, not blocking that. I could get counterspelled by this Ulamog. So we got that counterspell. Next up, I could just keep ramping quite wackily. Do that. Migration path can be cycled. They have one card in hand. Is it their final counterspell? Alright, so let's do an attack and then see if this is their final counterspell. No. Okay, well, yep, so that's this deck. It's just like huge amount of ramp, no interaction. Like if they're aggro, this deck doesn't do well. If they let me ramp into it, like if they like, yeah, who cares? Let's not counterspell their ramp cards. Eventually, the inevitability of it all is that I can cast an Ulamog, and even if they counter it, it still does 2 exiles. So that can be very devastating. So that's that deck, and it's mono green Ulamog, and it's hilarious. So I've also got a Brawl deck on Ulamog, but it's Historic Brawl. Does anyone in the chat want to help me out and test this Brawl Ulamog deck? I never get a chance to play it because you can't play Historic Brawl on Arena. And if anyone would like to help me out, you see it's a variation of this one. It's obviously, because it's Brawl, there are no cultivates and grow from the ashes and whatever. Of course, now because the historic one is historic, I have green ramp in there and it's crazy. But the Brawl one is only colorless sources, so it's not as scary as ramping that fast. Was anyone like to try that out? Perhaps there, that's watching in the stream at the moment. Sure, but you don't have a Brawl deck built out. Would you like me to give you one? On the Discord channel here, I could give you a Brawl deck if you want. I've got plenty of these where you can... You want a Zakama deck? You can help me test that out too. So I have this Historic Zakama deck. Let me export that. And then in the Discord over here, I'll go into deck lists and paste it in there. So yeah, if you want to grab that, well, this assumes you have all the cards and wild cards and all of that, so it might not be as easy as just giving it to someone. The Wizards people said that they are working on the ability to share decks with your friends. So that would be cool. Now I wonder what that means. Like if I build my most amazing deck and then I give it to you, does it include the cards? I sort of feel like they wouldn't do that either, because then you have to pay for everything, right? So as you look into that, I'll just play one more game over here of this for fun. Alright, so nothing valuable in hand, just a lot of ramp. So what I need to do here, I think there's been once or twice, this deck has 24 lands, once or twice I have cultivated, I have Omened of the Hunt, I have Migration Pathed all my cards into play. It's really funny. I've just ramped so fast into lands sometimes. What do we do next? And then they're quitting because, okay. Guess either they didn't get land drops or they saw that I'm gonna ramp into something huge. Sometimes people do that. They're like, what is this huge? Play that one more time. Okay, so there's an Ulamog. I go second. Got the Grow that I want to kick, but that needs 5 mana. This is not amazing. This might be too slow. Nothing happens until turn 5. I might have to play Grow turn 3. Hopefully I get other more fun stuff first. Well, I guess I'll do that. Turn 3 Palladium Mirror, and then I've got enough to grow into 5. Then Migration Path. So they've got green and white. Guess that's not so bad, although, ooh, okay, I got one of those. Good, good. What could happen here, they could, they could disenchant that, or naturalize, or whatever. Maybe they get a little aggro. So what do we do here? We have 4 mana. Four mana to play the Migration Path. Gives me 2 mana. Probably play Grow from the Ashes plus the Mirror. Getting very close. When did you message Discord Arena? I messaged you on Discord. That's where I did the message on Discord, so you can go to the channel where I put the deck list. Because I don't think I can give you the deck list directly through here. I see that you're here on Arena, but I don't think I can copy and paste the whole thing. We can try. Would you like me to do that, to copy and paste that directly here or into the Discord? Okay, it's going to be a lot of trouble for a Hydra. This is 5 damage. So again, this is what I'm saying about it sometimes being aggro. If the opponent's a little bit more aggro, I do have 3, I have 5 and 6. I'm gonna be able to play the Grow for 5. So I'll have 2 lands plus the Mind Stone, 3 in total for the Mirror, and then I've got enough for Ulamog, if things go according to plan. You don't see it in your Discord chat. Let's see how it goes with Arena. So, chat here, paste, enter. I don't know if it gave you everything or if there's a limit to this. That's a 7, 8. Okay, well, I'm dead. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. That's 12. Okay, fine, we're not totally dead, but... if I can survive one more turn, I've got Ulamog, and they might rage quit. So, might be able to survive one turn. 7, 8, 9, 10. Even if they kill my mirror, that's probably what they'll do. Okay. So close. So yeah, on the Discord, on my Discord, I mentioned you right there, and it's on the deck lists. It's not in general chat, it's under the deck lists area, because I have it divided up. It chops a drover of my... yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Discord. If it's too hard, then, you know, thanks for the effort, but I guess we can skip it. But, you know, I put it in there in the they see that you're active on it. You need to go to the deck lists viewer, not the general chat, because that's general chat. You need to go over to deck lists channel on the channel. I just realized, because I'm easily triggered sometimes, I would have still been able to bring that Ulamog out. I was relying on the 3 mana of the mirror to put me over the top to Ulamog, but I don't know why I would have still lived with 1 life. Now they would have had 1 more Faith's Fetters. I don't know what would have happened. Here's another one that's a little slow, but if I can get to my other things. They have the mulligan down, but they mulligan into a Pelt Collector. This is going to be a green aggro deck that I don't think I can deal with. Turn 2, they're going to bring in some 2/2 creature to make that into a 2/2. They're going to be attacking for 4. Gotta hold off on cycling things. No, they're gonna have their 3/3 haste. Weird. Yeah, we're not getting the lands that we need for this to be kicked, so gotta put 1 in. Eating it. Let's see what crafting I have. Yeah, I haven't played it in a little while, so I don't fully know everything that's in it, but... Jade Light Ranger was people's favorite card for so long. Ooh. Okay, so, Circuitous Route. I have 6, 7 mana. If I get my 8th mana, that would be nice. That's my 8th mana. Okay. So then Ugin will wreck things. They probably have a lightning strike in hand. So they'll get my Ugin, fine. But I have another Ugin. Fire Prophecy themselves. Okay, that's a thing. Double Ugin on the battlefield? Sure. Reggie, okay. That has haste. How about some shenanigans like this? So, dinosaurs have haste, but not trample. They could do something with trample. No trample. Okay. Got that route. I guess we'll cycle. So all I need is my Ulamog. I seem to have plenty of mana, so they could summon their hasty dinosaur. They're gonna duress me. Okay, fine. And they're gonna attack me instead, I guess. Just gonna keep ramping into unheard levels of mana. 15 mana. I can summon an Impervious Great Worm and no problem. Domri, sure.
Just have a look-see, shall we?
That is not a dinosaur. Okay, yeah, well, double Ugins. Okay, so we'll play one moment. I gotta take a quick bathroom break. Very short break, and we'll see about checking out that deck and so forth. If not, maybe we'll do we're gonna do some Jumpstart most likely. So, short little break. Be right back in just a moment. Alright, we're back. Let's let me just answer a quick text right here. And we'll see there. So if if you're ready, then that'd be nice. If not, let's do this here for a moment. So the challenges, these are some of the challenges that I have available to me. I have the Jump into Magic. Play Jumpstart and discuss the experience with the stream. Yeah, it's mostly Ixalan because that's when all the good dinosaur cards were at. So we have the challenge. Play Jumpstart and then discuss it with the community, with the stream. How do you feel about it, etc. So I probably would do that one. Then we've got Time to Shrine. So basically win with shrines. I am not going to try that one. That one's for smarter people. Here's an interesting one. Ask your community to choose a commander, a legendary, from Core Set 21. Then together, build a commander or brawl deck around that commander and win one game with it. So there's that challenge as well. You can all help me build a deck together. We have the Reach Gold in limited, or actually I can submit that one right now. I get to at least gold. In limited or constructed, and I am. I am actually right now very close to diamond. Ends in 5 days. So let me screenshot that and accept that challenge and then upload. So where's that screenshot? Pictures, screenshots. There we go, so that challenge is met right there. Alright, so submitted that. What other challenges? Win 7, win 5, stream, etc. amount of time. How long have I... How far am I from the 20? I'm 92% there to get the 20-hour total stream of this month, so that's another challenge. And there's those over there. So yeah, those are some challenges to do. I'll see about doing those a little bit later. So I'm gonna do one of these jumpstart things in a moment, because that'll also be one of the challenges. So how's everyone doing so far tonight? Let's do one of the questions of the day here while the game loads up. So today's the 25th. Gonna get paid soon. Question of the day. If you could live Okay, hold on, I should read that properly, but fine. Adequate. If you could hire any artist, living or dead, to paint your portrait, who would you pick? It's really fun. So many artists out there that exist, and then of course, you know, there's so many artists nowadays online that are talented. You know, I can pick some cool comic book artist, and there's also, like, you know, Kandinsky and Joan Miro and Dali and Frida Kahlo and so many in that vein. So Michelangelo you chose, that's a good one. Definitely. What's the opponent up to? They have Drool, Thundering Migration. They want their things too. Okay, well, what I can do here is just start ula-mogging it up. It says anyone, past, present, alive, not, etc. Mind Stone for 0, beautiful. That's basically a Mox, right? Do Moxes cost 0 or 1? I don't remember. Pizarro. Who, what might I know about, what art might I know of theirs? 6, 7, 8. I've had 8 for my Ulamog, so am I ready to wreck their... They're gonna grow into something big. Okay, sure. Michelangelo, he did some good stuff. Actually, you choose King Junji, the Japanese. Yeah, you can pick anyone. They definitely... the question was very open-ended. Okay, so what's the maximum amount of land that we can wreck right here? How about we wreck the one that's got attached the any color? Yeah. Well, actually, I don't want to crack that yet, just in case. Here we go. So here's where the fun happens. We will create a token, send out an attack, summon an Ulamog, destroy a couple of lands, Pizarro did impressionistic paintings of maraschino cherry trees. Had a weird life growing up in the West Indies. Very interesting. This is a bloodbath. I am sorry, opponent. Let us exile 20 cards. Then let us exile the last thing you spent on. Then Banksy. Yeah, that's another good choice. This is totally game over for the opponent unless they can wipe the board. If they have a Shatter the Sky, cool, you got me. However, Ulamog is indestructible. No, they're still gonna ramp into stuff, or try to ramp. Okay. You think you'd get along? Have they ever discovered his true identity yet? So, sure, you can give that a try. I think a lot of people think Deafening Clarion is like an automatic, board wipe, but it's not. Okay, they got their Zakama. That's what they wanted. Okay, Zakama versus Ulamog. Reading the card explains the card. Reading the card explains the card. plus it's left with 1 life. So that's a thing. Okay, let's how do I continue to mess with my opponent? You know, like the game is won as they're just have everything here. Let's just ramp into 1,000,000 mana for no reason. I'm gonna put every land into play. Phoenix, okay, do not like. But it doesn't have haste. Okay, it has haste after it. Okay, sure. With that much land, Stream of Life would be awesome. Yeah, like in the good old days. That's how we would. That's how my brother and I would win in the good old days. Stream of Life somehow. So this is completely superfluous. Let's summon another Ulamog and then wipe out their creatures, and then keep the one with summon sickness, and then bring out 2 more lands, and then cycle. So 1 life, I got 20 life. That's an Ulamog. That's a -9. Oh, there's another Zakama. Lucky. What's the ult? Okay, that's lucky too. The Ulamog's ultimate -10, draw 7 cards. Okay. These are my final 5 lands of the deck. Guess what I'll do? There's another Ulamog. Okay, let's exile their Avenger over here and summon another Ulamog for some reason and keep the one that can make another creature, and then 3 damage to the opponent and attack with a 2/2. I wanted that to die so I would get the next migratory path, and I have 2 lands left in my deck. I have 1 land left in my deck. They have 18 cards in their library. I have 22. Again, not Mog. Well, they're gonna gain life to try to stretch this out. Sure. Like, which way? Like, if we attack... Okay, I gotta attack now. I can't have you have 12 life. So, right here, it doesn't even matter to kick this. Well, I won't even kick it, because there's only 1 card left. There's only 1 land left in my deck. There it is. And we'll do some damage over there. And we'll make another creature over here. We'll attack with everything right here. They've got to block that 10/10. They have no cards left in... They have no cards left in their library. They're still alive for the moment. But then it's now their turn and game over. That's really silly magic right there. There's no challenge. There's no challenge on the stream elements, on the creators... What's it called? The creator dashboard, whatever this thing's called. There's no challenge for that, but, you know, win in the most weirdest way possible. I'm sure there's more weird ways. But how about getting all of the lands out of my library, exiling 40 of their cards, having 2 Ugin Planeswalkers, and have have played 3. No, I played 4. I played 4 Ugins in total. I played 2 Ulamogs in total. I made a bunch of spirits. And then I played with my, my opponent like a cat with a string. Yeah, that was a comma right there. Can you send me the deck list for the deck? Yes. You fudged the numbers because you tapped out your wild cards, I think. Yeah, sure. Recently bought yourself 3 different books on world building to flesh out ideas. Cool. What are the names of those books? Let me put out. Okay, Ashley will play in a moment, but let me put my Ulamog deck in the channel there for Mark. It's just a really funny deck. Well, I have the mirror. This is the only non-planeswalker. Well, Ulamog's not a planeswalker, but I have the Palladium mirror in there as well for ramp. But there's no interaction. It's all about get as much land as possible and get these big things out. And oftentimes that works very well, but sometimes if they're a little bit aggro, you can get run over. So let me put that in there in the. I just put that into the Discord. All right, Ashley, would you like to give that a shot? Hey, Gabe. Just tried Arena for the first time. Really, I could have sworn you had played in stuff before. And that you had that already, but are you on the Discord as well? Because I'd be happy to give you some deck lists and stuff if you want. World Builder, a workbook for your fictional world. Wonderbook, the illustrated guide to creating imaginative fiction and fantasy world building, a guide to developing myth worlds and legendary creatures. Yeah, don't forget to check out the Discord. We've got stuff, put a bunch of deck lists in there, and we have fun and share pictures of food and cats and other stuff too, so check out the Discord. So, all right, Ashley, would you like to try that out? Send me the challenge. Okay, I'll do that right now. So I see you right there. I am going to do challenge right here. Change this over to Brawl. And got you selected there. I'll send the challenge. Something should pop up for you right there. There we go. Then I'll select this deck. All right, so we got a variation of my Zakama deck. I'd love to be able to play these decks a little bit more, but they don't have historic for Brawl all the time, unfortunately. And they have regular Brawl, which is fun, of course, and I play that a lot. But the show him what a walker can do. Yeah. So I wish they also had the historic Brawl active all the time. I know I'm in trouble because she's got those amazing black sleeves. Those were like one of the first like special sleeves that they ever published on Arena, I think. Back on the beta, it feels like. We want my Terrymorphix Expanse first. Like the art on that. So it's mostly Ulamog is the big idea, of course, but between then, it's artifact based. So oops, well, the random nature of it all is that got its hexproof. I'm going to be taking classes in the fall and the spring. Very nice. You can do this. Well, that doesn't have haste, actually. The semester is going to continue as life gain. The semester is going to continue as online for the fall. Not sure for the spring though. I think there's some sort of big brain play coming very soon. Oops, this was a little bit of a misplay. I actually don't want to do that. Hey, I can do this. I can untap my Overseer. And I can double pump up my artifacts. So, Reach, Vigilance, Lifelink on a Crystalline Giant. I think that's one of the best cards. Ah, man! That's exactly what I didn't want. But that's what I put in the deck. So, will I get more lands? Ooh, more lands. More lands is more good. But I do get to keep my Ozolith. I do get to keep the things in my Ozolith, so sure. I gotta remember, yes, this is Historic Brawl, so there's Settle the Wreckage. Ooh, Ravager Worm, that's a good one. Not actually a dinosaur, but I'll allow it. Uh-oh, that's gonna destroy some good things. Not my Steel Overseer. So my wall gets to have haste and all of that good stuff, huh? If you hear anything of spring going back to normal, yes, definitely. I will keep an eye out on that. Tap that for 3, 4, 5. Target creature. Do I have to? Can I give it to her? No, we'll put it over here. So, fine. I'm about to put all of these count. That's an 8-12. That's an 8-12 wall. God, the Ozolith is hilarious. Watley, she is very cool. You can ramp her up very fast. If you got a lot of critters, you can ramp it pretty well. Okay, she's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's got 7 lands so far. However, if my math is right, we are at the stage of the hunger, which is ceaseless. And we can activate the haste ability and attack with a 10-10. and exile 20 cards. Just have to be careful about another Settle the Wreckage or something. But, I'll see here. So, if it gets pacified, Conclave Tribunal, that's a good one. Okay, well, we can, what do we want to try here? Maybe just go for some things like this. And I'm just going to be top decking. Now the only thing you need to do actually is... Actually, wait, I can still do it. I think I can, yeah, I can still do it. No, I can't. I don't have enough mana. 1, 2, 3, yeah. I was trying to get fancy. I should have just used my Manifold Key to make Ulamog unblockable, but fine. We'll do this. And untap a Manticore. Well, I should have untapped my 8-12 wall. I believe there are a few pacifism effects in the deck. Okay. There are a few pacifism effects on the deck, so this is good. If she's got the 9/9 out, untap all lands. So then, I should have waited. I should have exiled with Ugin, but that was a misplay on that. Gain 3 life. Okay, gonna do the life gain stratagem. Sure. Destroy my Ozolith. How rude. Not my Manticore. Okay. Coming at me with 2 of those. Ooh. Well, the Immortal Sun is good, but it's going to lock down my own Planeswalker. So, do I have enough mana? That's 4 mana on that. Yeah, let's try it like this. So that was the final 3 cards of her deck. And there we go. So that Settle the Wreckage was a very good one. I totally forgot that was in the deck, and that definitely does its thing. That would have been one of the ways to deal with Ulamog right there. But that was cool. That was fun. Again, I haven't had a chance to play that Zakama deck or Ulamog deck a lot. Thank you for the games on those, Ashley. I haven't played those decks enough because they don't do historic brawl enough. So very nice. Thanks for that. Would you like a rematch, or we have other game modes to try out? It's your pick there, Ashley. What would you like? Rematch, or we'll try some other game modes, and then we can pick other game modes here that people might want to do. Forgot how brutal dinosaurs are to cast. So much mana. Yes. Does it feel like the deck has enough ramp, however? Like I said, I haven't played it very recently, but I thought there was like some ramp. Mindstone, the Drover, the Huntmaster helps you. You built it newer and better. Cool. Put it back into the Discord. But yeah, let's do a little rematch over here. So do the same thing here. Put that on Brawl. Send out the challenge. Didn't build it perfectly because ran out of the high-level wild cards, but you think just get the ramp on the draw. It's always a mixture of that, isn't it? Getting the right ramp and then creatures and spells and all of that. Anyone checking out Comic-Con online? I am, yes. I haven't gone any of them to them. I haven't gone to any of them live, but I have been checking them out after the fact. I saw a lot of great panels that I would have loved to have seen in real life, but they were never at good times or whatever. Like I saw checked several ones like diversity in comics, women's perspective in comics. I saw the Eisner Awards. I saw the Magic. I saw the Magic panel. I'm definitely checking those. I haven't checked them out live. I would like to, but there's still a chance for that. What about yourself, Gabe? Have you been checking out, or anyone else in the chat, have you been checking out any of these panels? It's pretty cool that they just have so many panels to software panels. Don't think they're live. They can be watched live, definitely, but I always catch them after the fact just because I'm not sure about the time that they play. Three, 4, 5, 6. How about a 6? 6. Monk. So the Eisner Awards, I have to say, unfortunately, I thought it was very boring. Ah, man, that's a good one. So the Eisner Awards were very boring, but I thought it was really cool to see the winners and the nominations and all of that stuff. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got 7. Watley's gonna get out of control here. She's already at 10 loyalty. You've seen on one of the business owners and creators and Vikings. And a few on manga coming out on Ninja Turtles. Fun. Visited the art gallery and saw some Funimation. How does that work? I think they're doing the art gallery like on Tumblr or something, right? Aw, man. Getting that naturalized A. Fine, we'll grab a mana off of it. Six down is 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got 6 right there. No one on Tumblr. I saw that -8. Oh man, she went to -8 already. So -8 Watley. Every time she summons something, draw a card. Not good. Oh, that's fun. How about an 8/8? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 already. pacifism on my 8/8. No! Oh no, I'm getting totally wrecked. Well, getting closer to that. If I only have one more land left, things might work out, but we'll see.
My strength is our strength.
This is coming down. Okay, so here we go. Well, that's a big boy, so I'm gonna try to do that unless there's some instant shenanigans. Like an Ember Cleave. Oh no! Oh no! That is gonna be 6/6 first strike. Actually, wait a minute. That was a misplay. I could have Labyrinth of Scophos. I guess this is it too late to do this. That was a mistake. But okay. Well, got the Ulamog out, and if that gets pacified, okay, that's trouble. And I don't have any... do I have any removal for a pacify? You can add the Ember Cleave to the Raptor. That will do things.
Is our strength.
Okay. Go straight this way. Now that block right there is in an attempt to gain mana, but the Scophos does its thing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, Polyraptor. That is amazing. Polyraptor is amazing. What do I have to get rid of that? Target creature gets plus X, which is the number of creatures. That's not going to be so bad.
The might of one.
Okay, it's going to be 10 damage. I have no blocks. Let's draw a card off of this Mind Stone. Sure. Adamant this into play. Steel Overseer. Okay, so what do I want to do here? She has 21 cards. I guess I gotta go for it that way, right? I gotta have at least one blocker. So that Polyraptor will die, but one will come to life. I remember the old Polyraptor infinite combo trick. This is a game of Commander. We're playing a Brawl, yes, exactly. It's me versus Ashley, and she's got her... I think she's 1 mana away from getting Zakama. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, even after I exile 2 of her lands. So hopefully we can live. Although she's got 1 card left in hand. That's the final card she's got. She's got to win it. She's got to risk it for the... Ooh, that's the 9. That's 9 for Zakama. Is she gonna win it on no cards in the library? Probably. She's got 23 life. How did that happen? And uh-oh. Might be in a little trouble here. Okay, passing that on over here. As long as I can survive on my turn. I can survive on my turn and I pass it back to her, she might.
Many, the might of one.
Okay. So, first, Scophos away the ember-cleaved dinosaur. And then the only thing I have left is to block with that. And she's got one card in hand. Is that the final giant growth? Oh yeah, that's got Enrage. Well, that's a way to win. That was fun. Even after I exiled 2 of her lands, she still brought out Zakama and a Polyraptor and an Ember Cleave, which wasn't part of my original build, but that was pretty fun. GG on that. And Watley was doing amazing work. That's a great card in there. Watley can ramp so well, so fast, and then when she's got the emblem, just keep card drawing. Yeah, Ulamog. You gotta do the Settle the Wreckage or the Pacifism or the Faith's Fetters or whatever. But besides that, even when you summon it, even when someone tries to counterspell it, its exiled thing still does its thing. So that's brutal. It could have been a glitch because that was sudden. No, it wasn't sudden. She had no cards in her deck. That's the alternative way to lose as well, that if you try to draw a card and then there's no cards in your library, you lose the game. So I had attacked once or twice, and then I exiled 20 cards. She had 21 cards. I exiled 20 cards. She had 1 left. It was her turn. She drew the card. Passed it back to me. Passed it back to her. She needed to draw. No cards to draw, and then that's an alternate lose condition. So GG on that. And yeah, as soon as yeah, Ulamog is something. But that was that. So where are we at the moment? Streaming for 3 hours. We have a good group at the moment, and I'd like to stream some more, but I think I'm going to wrap it up at this point. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 17 minutes. I kind of have to get up early tomorrow, and I've not been used to getting up early. I've been used to getting up at the crack of 11 a.m. or something, and I think I have to wake up at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so that won't be fun. But I have some coffee ready for the morning, so I think that'll be the best for my health. I would love to keep playing and hanging out with everyone and all of that, but I do appreciate everyone coming to hang out and everything. Thank you to you and everything, and thanks Ashley for the game, and Mark and Stevie and Gabe for hanging out, and we had, I think for the first time today in the chat, we had Coral Hooper. Thanks for the stream and the games. Thanks you as well. You're welcome as well and such. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Be back again next Saturday night for Magic, and then I also do the Saturday morning comic stream. So if people are around for that, that's at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Adjust your time zones. Saturday mornings I do the streams of my comic video. So my comic chat sort of thing. And if people haven't done so yet, let's switch over here for a moment. If people haven't done so yet, I have a video on my YouTube at the moment about the San Diego Comic-Con souvenir book 1997. So I went to Comic-Con back in the day at the time, and I have the souvenir book from that time, And this is me going through it page by page, looking at the old vintage stuff. Back in 1997, we were celebrating the 20th anniversary of Star Wars. 1997. So that was what's on the cover there, a beautiful Dave Dorman cover. So go check that out on my YouTube. I've also got, at the moment, the upgrading Garrick Savage Herald Planeswalker. There's also a Patreon exclusive version if you're subscribed to the Patreon. The regular version is 14 minutes and has core set 21 focused cards. The Patreon exclusive one is 26 minutes long with even more stuff. If you haven't checked out my Comic-Con 2019 music video, it is my video showing the sights and the sounds of Comic-Con 2019 as a fun little music video. If you haven't checked out the video version of my podcast about Magic, I interviewed King Omni. He was on the show 2 months ago or so. He came back. He's a Magic judge actually, and has a cooking stream and plays Magic as well. And he's got some great strategies and such. So he was there for episode 81. Check that out right there. What other stuff did I do recently? A review of the X-Files number -2 from 1996. Ooh, there's my interview with Matt Tabak, current employee of Wizards of the Coast, if you haven't checked that out. It was part 1 and part 2. Episode 79, we talked for... Where did that go? Did I never upload that? That's weird. I thought I also uploaded it there. Oh no, it's right there because the icon's different. Yeah, so episode 79 was an hour long, part 1, and then we talked in part 2. So yeah, current Wizards employee Matt Tabak, back on episode number 80 of my podcast, he revealed that Karuga, the Macro Sage, this cute critter right here, before Wizards finished that card, it is currently a dinosaur hippo. When they were working on it, he revealed that it originally was a squirrel crab. So currently a dinosaur hippo. In the beginning, it was a squirrel crab. So yep, got a bunch of stuff on my YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that. Well, you're all subscribed, I'm sure. Don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe on the YouTube right there. I would appreciate that. I'm very close to getting to the threshold of 1,000 subscribers. That'd be nice. But yeah, everyone. So thanks as usual for stopping by. Be back next time. See you online. Don't forget to chat on the Discord and such. This has been VM Campos, and I'll see you next time.